Snatch back your brain, zombie. Snatch it back and hold it.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to this channel, which is my channel, and I am Mystery. And today we are still talking ChatGPT. And if you watched my last video, you understand that ChatGPT is one of those new AI programs. It's not really new, right? But it's gained a lot of popularity in the last couple months. You can do everything with that, from find ways to create passive income utilizing that system, to learning how to better your life. And in fact, that's one of the reasons why this video that I'm doing today is happening, because I thought it's 2023. People still need to learn how to budget. I could always learn how to budget better. So why not ask ChatGPT, that has all the knowledge of the internet, what's the best way to calculate a budget? How do you get out from living paycheck to paycheck? In fact, the question I asked ChatGPT, and I'll read it to you here, it says, can you create a YouTube video script teaching people how to correctly budget their money to get out from living paycheck to paycheck? And it said, sure. Did it with a smile. Well, it didn't actually have a smile, but I imagine it would be a smile. Titled, Breaking the Paycheck to Paycheck Cycle, a step-by-step guide to budgeting. And I thought, yep, ChatGPT is really going to change everything. It wrote a really good script. I'm going to read that script to you, and I'm going to go over what it recommends, because what it recommends is actually really awesome. And if you follow it, you're going to show some gains. You're going to show that things will work out. So probably ask yourself too, like, what, Mr. You've already got a video on budgeting. Yeah, I know. But as I said before, new year, right? Also, I don't know if you've noticed, the world isn't exactly friendly to money, especially in the lower and middle income, especially in America, families. So eggs are ridiculously priced right now. Groceries in general are ridiculously priced. Water is coming up crazy in some places. There is irregular weather patterns everywhere. Now, I'm not a doomsayer, but I will say corporations are charging more, but they're not paying more to their employees. So if you can't stop the corporations from doing that, the best way to manage yourself and to make sure they don't flatline you, which is what they want to do, is to create, maintain, follow a budget. And that's what we're doing right now. We're going to do that. So jack in and let's see what we got. So the first step one, is calculating your income and expenses, right? Seems, oh yeah, no, it's simple. No, really calculate it. Sit down in front of your computer with your partner, or with your partner and a computer, or your partner, computer and a piece of paper and a pencil or pen, or however you want to do this next part, just do it. And create an outline of what you have, right? Create a budget that can determine how much money you have coming in and how much you have going out each month. Do it on a monthly basis. Now, if you're currently living paycheck to paycheck, I would recommend doing it on a weekly basis, especially if you're getting paid on a weekly basis. That way you know what your immediate expenses are and your immediate bills and your immediate income. So keep that in mind. I will be using the every 2 weeks type mindset for this particular setup, but it works for 1 week to 1 week, right? So everything, say you have a YouTube channel that brings in $20, or you go live on your favorite social media app and you make money from that. All of that needs to be calculated. All passive incomes, everything, side hustles, the whole nine. Anything that makes you additional change goes into your budget plan. And then you also need to turn around and make a list of all of your expenses, every single expense you have. Even if it's something that only comes out every 3 months, even if something comes out like once a year, it needs to be on the budget with the date when it comes out, right? But your main things too should be your rent, your mortgage, grocery bills, debts, credit card debt, student loans, medical bills, everything. Don't leave anything out. The second step it specifies, after you've determined all of your expenses as well as your income, is to determine your savings goals, right? Because part of this whole process is to build up a savings so that you have a little bit of breathing room when times get worse or when times take a break and you can get a little something extra, you're not struggling. Also for those random expenses that you have to pay sometimes. But right now, we're going to determine your savings goals. So it's time to think about what you want to accomplish with your budget. Do you want to save up for a down payment on a new car or a new house? Or are you looking to get an apartment? Are you trying to pay off credit card debt, pay down your student loans? It doesn't matter. That's a goal, but paying something off is a financial goal. Or I want to save $600 to see if I can. And once you reach that goal, I want to save $1,200 and so on until it builds up. That's a financial goal. It's important to make them. It's important for them to be specific and achievable, right? You don't want to have one that's like, okay, with budgeting, I want to be able to be a millionaire. And you're only making $40,000 a year. You're not going to become a millionaire saving $40,000 a year. You can over time if you save and invest right, but that's a whole nother video. So like I said, you want to make sure they are specific and achievable, right? That's your step 2. So now we can move on to step 3, which step 3 is creating a budget plan. Now, you've already got everything accounted for. You've got it all lined out, all outlined out, what you got going in, what you got going out. It's time to create a budget plan. The goal of your budget plan is to allocate your income in ways that help you achieve your financial goals while still covering your necessary expenses. One good method of this, which is the one that ChatGPT is utilizing, which makes sense. I've seen a lot of people do this. I've had people tell me this is what I need to do, is the 50-30-20 rule. Now, what that means is you take 50% of your income and you allocate that towards your necessities like rent or mortgage, bills, utilities, stuff like that. You take 30% to wants. Oh, I want that new Xbox. I want that new PC. I need that new 4090 graphics card. I do need that, by the way. I don't have it. I want it. It's a need. And 20 goes to your savings and your debt repayment. And that's just one example. That's one example of ways that you can save money. You may need to adjust that to better fit you. Sometimes your 50% takes 100% because you had random pipes burst in your house when it was freezing cold outside because you had unusually negative temperatures in your part of the world. That doesn't happen but once every 50 years or something ridiculous like that. I'm not bitter. Just cold. And then you got to allocate all your extra money towards that and eat ramen noodles for a while. So it is what it is. But that's an example of how it's not set in stone, right? Another helpful tip is to use budgeting apps or software to track your spending and stay on top of your budget. There are many options available, both free and paid. A lot of these things will keep you organized, keep you on track. I'm pretty sure that most of your major banks and basically pretty much any bank that has an app is going to have an option for budgeting of some sort. It'll help you put a budget plan together based on your spending, based on your income, and it kind of does the first couple steps for you. So it's worthwhile. If you're not sure, you're not familiar, you may want to go into your local branch for your bank and ask the teller or the manager or someone there to kind of help you navigate that. They're all trained to do it. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But that's it. You've got your outline, you've got your plan now, and you know what you're going to do. The next is to review your budget and adjust it as needed. No budget, like I said before, is set in stone, and it's important to review and adjust your budget regularly to make sure it's still working for you. So what does that mean? Okay. Say you're living paycheck to paycheck right now, and you're living week paycheck. So basically you get paid every Friday, right? You've now been able to budget that successfully to where you're carrying money over to your next paycheck. You're not, digging that paycheck to paycheck. Then you want to start saving from every 2 weeks to 3, from 3 to 4. So you're able to adjust how much you save at that point. Because you're able to save so much, you're able to adjust how much you're going to allocate towards other things. Add a little bit more to your needs. Add a little bit more to your wants, you know? Add a little bit more to your savings, things like that. So find ways to make it fit and fine tune it. Because once you get a budget plan fine tuned and you know what's coming in, when it's leaving, how much you're going to have left, what you're going to have that's going to help you make it to the next paycheck, it's a good feeling. You feel in control. There's pressure relieved. It makes you feel really good. So they're not set in stone. They're fluid. Figure it out for yourself, what best fits for you. And you may have to then turn around and realize that the budget that you initially did is not allowing you to save as much as you want. Cut back on unnecessary spending. Maybe get rid of that D&D Beyond subscription. If you know, you know. Something like that. Unnecessary spending. So that is 4 steps that ChatGPT has given you to get out from under paycheck to paycheck, right? And so in conclusion, I'll read you what they say in conclusion. This is ChatGPT's conclusion. By following these simple steps, you can create a budget that works for you to help break the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. It may take some time and effort to get your budget in place, but the peace of mind and financial stability you'll gain will be worth it. We were just talking about that. Remember to be patient and persistent and to seek help if you need it. It's not a bad thing to ask for help. If you have trouble budgeting or you can't put your budget together, reach out to someone you know that has their stuff together, essentially, right? Like reach out to someone that you know to help you do that. So do that. There's people online that'll help you. YouTube videos that'll help you, like this one. There's tons of other YouTube videos out there that have other plans that work just as well. But seek help if you need it. Don't be afraid to ask. And probably most importantly is stay committed to your budget and financial goals. With time and effort, you'll achieve them. And it's a great feeling when you finally hit that first goal that you have. You're like, man, I didn't think I was going to be able to save $50 in my next paycheck. Now I got 50. Then you're like, okay, next goal, $100, $150. Go up and up and up. Keep it going. You'll find that it's more of a game, at least for me. It's more of a game to put money in a savings account and try your hardest not to touch that money, so that when you put more money in, you're like, oh, that's even better. Look at that. It's going up. Once it reaches 4 figures and then rolls through that for a while, that's an excellent feeling too. So that's that. That's ChatGPT's advice on budgeting, and it's pretty good. I hope you like it. I hope you found this information to be helpful. If you have additional questions, please, by all means, leave a comment. If you want me to ask ChatGPT a question, I mean, obviously, you can go for yourself, right? I'll have a link to ChatGPT down in the description. But if you want to leave a comment, a question and comment, we can go over it. If you have a more detailed item that you want to ask ChatGPT about budgeting, let's ask and find out. See what it says. But yeah, these corporations, as I said in the beginning of the video, they want to flatline you. They want to make sure that you are 100% dependent upon them for everything. Don't let them do it. Don't let them flatline you.
Snatch back your brain, zombie. Snatch it back and hold it.